This is Fantasy-esque and welcome to Werewolf Stories, a series following the tales of a werewolf pack dedicated to carrying on the royal bloodline. In the last chapter, the pack visited and stayed over at the Werewolf Alley, a new tavern complex built by Queen Rosa in the kingdom. It was an important trip which reinforced the royal sisterhood and hushed any talk of split loyalties. Soon after, Rosa gave birth to a baby boy named Prince Horace, finally delivering the pack a royal heir. Following that, the pack held its fourth match. Lord Floyd Patel and Lord Max Villareal were chosen to fight for breeding rights with the second guard captain. Floyd won and fathered Lizzie's first child. We are picking up on Sunday night at Brews and Elixirs, a potion repository that Rosa has established in place, I think, of a werewolf market that used to be here beforehand. We are going to be seeing over the course of her reign different lots that are going to be rebuilt by the queen as a continuation of what Elmo was doing beforehand, and I kind of like the new monarchs doing this and transforming the environment around them, because the werewolf empire, the werewolf kingdom, it is going to be in Chestnut Ridge. We are not moving out of it. This is literally the only space we have to work with. So rather than be stagnant with, the same kind of lots and the same buildings and things, I like our rulers to slowly transform the place around them with new buildings and new areas to visit. So this is, again, one of those places. Now, Lizzie is in her first trimester right now, and there are some things happening over here that concern Lizzie. So why don't we start going through the story notes that we have for our Sims to see, what might be happening following the previous match in breeding. So we're going to start off with May Curse over here. So May wants to be friendly with Lizzie and comfort her regarding the recent rumors around her and Floyd. Since the two of them had no romantic attachments known to the pack, everyone assumed they would connect with each other as fated mates during the breeding. But that hasn't happened, and people are starting to wonder if something is wrong with one of them. As you know with people, they love to gossip and come up with the strangest fiction when it comes to other people's, private lives. And that's exactly what they're doing with Lizzie. So we're going to come here. Maybe we'll just share some werewolf experiences. We'll be friendly with her. Can you drop this? Can you drop this? Let's go chat with Lizzie. Or is Lizzie coming down? I think we'll go upstairs to chat with Lizzie, no? Yes, okay, so we're going upstairs. We just want to comfort her. Now, the male who was really bringing it up was the new arrival among the match suitors. So if we kind of head off to Marie, or if we check her panel, we will notice that a new member has joined us over here. Hugo Villareal, the brother of Lord Max, who took part in the previous match and lost. And in case you guys don't remember, Max is actually fated mates with August. Apparently, they got with each other while we weren't watching. But Hugo over here, he is the newest match suitor. He was really bringing it up. And that, obviously didn't make Lizzie feel too good. And if you guys are more curious about that, then definitely check out my Instagram posts about, some of the moments that are happening between these chapters. Or you can check out a link to the Patreon post, which I'll have in the description below. Just make sure you check the description of every video, because I have links to the posts that I make. And, if you don't have social media or Instagram, you can just go to the Patreon one. It's literally available to everyone. You don't have to be a member or anything like that. So yeah, some interesting things happening with Lizzie, which I kind of feel bad for. I feel bad. Why does she have to be the topic of the werewolves, the gossip, so to speak, because nobody's got anything else to chat about? So, okay, May's being nice to her, which is really good. Hopefully that makes Lizzie feel a bit better and feel as though there are people on her side. Next up, we're going to head off to Marie. What's going on with Marie? So Marie wants to flirt with herself and show some love to the woman she's transformed into. She's quite different to how she was as a teen, but she feels less plain and ignored. There is a part of her that wonders if people still secretly hate her and consider her the downfall of the pack, but it concerns her a lot less than it used to. There's a mirror right here, so we are gonna go flirt with self, if possible, remove herself from the conversation here. So Marie, she hasn't been paying too much attention to the rumors lately. I mean, she was present when Hugo was talking and everything, but for her, I think she is definitely in La La Land, just a little bit. I feel like she's on an inward journey, and part of that means shutting off the outside world, and I don't know, but other werewolves, I mean, I do love this new phase of hers, but if she's not careful, people are gonna start looking for a new problem to talk about, and if there is no problem, I feel like they might make a problem. They might start saying that Marie is a little bit loony and that she does strange things and she, ignores people and she's self-obsessed and she's erratic, which she is, but people might start noticing if she continues to stay this kind of removed from everyone else. We'll have to see. If this is an extended thing, then people might start seeing it as a problem. For now, though, she's recently just aged up into a young adult, so she's going through a nice transformative process, and I'm actually really happy for her. So that's good. I do feel like she is quite different from what she was as a teen, but Marie definitely likes this version of herself the best. Like right now, she likes the way she is now more than she did herself as a teen. She never really felt as though she was her own person, and oftentimes I feel like she didn't even feel she was a person. So now, part of this transformation, her being grounded into a solid personality, was definitely people second-guessing Rosa and looking to Marie as a potential alternative leader. But Marie, she has made peace with the fact that Rosa is the alpha, the undisputed alpha, and Marie's not going to challenge that. She's happy for her sister. But also, she's kind of learned that people do believe in her, and that, when there aren't a group of old ladies telling everyone that she is going to be the absolute doom, people are inclined to believe the best of her, so that's kind of nice. And finally, with Rosa, she has already completed the whim she had, but we can go through her thoughts. Rosa wants to chat with a non-household sim and figure out who spread those rumors about Lizzie. She doesn't want the expectant mother to be stressed about public opinion, especially when everything else went according to plan. She has a healthy child on the way, and gossip shouldn't distract everyone from the pup on the way. So Rosa, she's been chatting, she's about to talk with Lizzie. She's been chatting apparently with Nina and with Ed, trying to figure out who might have spread those rumors. Now, obviously, Lizzie would have spoken about this to the pack members, but they didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. Like, it's fine if she and Floyd didn't end up as fated mates. There might be someone else out there for both of them. They probably just didn't connect with each other in that way. And that's no big deal. It's a bit unprecedented for two unattached werewolves to go as far as conceiving a child together and not connect, but it's not impossible. Okay, Marie's decided to sit on Rose's lap, but yeah, it's not impossible. So she and the other pack members didn't make too much of a fuss about it, and just like Lizzie chatted with them, she does feel like maybe Floyd chatted with the other males when they asked him, but surely Floyd would not disrespect Lizzie enough to spread things. So after chatting around a little bit, Rosa has come to a bit of a conclusion, right? She thinks that there is a reason Hugo Villareal, the newly arrived suitor, was the one to bring this up in conversation, in the crowd that was chatting outside earlier. And if we think about who participated in the match last time, right? We had Floyd Patel and Max Villareal. So she thinks that Floyd would have, discussed this in private with the males, and Max would have started spreading these rumors because anyone knows that males who participate, regardless of their relationship with each other and, the females, they end up disliking each other quite a lot. So Max, from losing that match, would have had kind of like he would have had not the best feelings for Floyd. He would have been upset at Floyd. He would have been maybe a little bit envious. I mean, yes, the whole breeding and the matching, it isn't about finding your fated mate. That happens along the way. If you're lucky, oftentimes it happens outside of the breedings and the matches. That is a way to procreate and help continue the bloodline, right, of these noble and sometimes royal females. So Max might have been salty about the fact that he lost to Floyd. So as soon as he found out that Floyd and Lizzie, there was something that didn't click there, Rosa thinks he might have started spreading rumors, and, his brother came in not long after. He would have maybe told his brother that, something's not right with the lost match. Yes, this is how things work. I lost the last match, but, there's something wrong with either one of them. And so the Villareals are kind of causing problems here. They're causing some of the court drama. Now, is Rosa going to do anything about it? I don't know yet. She might choose to speak to Hugo or to Max to tell them to stop and, put a bit of a break on these wacko stories they're making about Lizzie and Floyd. To be honest, it is their private life, so they should stay out of it. If it's not something they are talking about, the Villareals shouldn't be kicking up a storm either. Or if Rosa is gonna hope that once the Villareals have done, talking as much as they want, they're gonna get bored of this and drop it on their own. Is Rosa gonna want to, tell them off and potentially make enemies or have more people dislike her in court? Or is she gonna want to be firm and defend her own court members and court ladies against these vicious rumors? I don't know. We'll have to see what direction she ends up taking. But she, I think, has a bit of an idea as to who might have been doing these things. It's fairly obvious to these guys. So anyways, that's what's been happening recently. Now, I think it would be nice. So this particular potion repository, obviously we don't have a witch and anyone who is dealing with potions. Instead, I figured it would be nice to have someone who uses kind of, maybe not a dedicated role. I feel like the alpha herself, the queen, would dabble in these potions, and by potions I mean the drinks at the mixology bar. For these werewolves, I want to consider those magical concoctions and potions that they use for various, remedies and stuff. So we might have either the alpha tending the bar over here, or we could actually get someone else to tend the bar. Hire a mixologist as a way of saying, we have potion masters and alchemists who serve the crown, and they come up with, these concoctions and stuff. So I think that's really cool. I might actually get Rosa to tend the bar for a little bit. So she's spoken to everyone. She's, probably letting Lizzie know even. I think this would have been a nice brainstorming session with her because, Marie's the matchmaker, Lizzie is the god captain who they were fighting for breeding rights with. So I think between the three of them, they would have kind of discussed the theories they have, who they think is behind it, the people they've talked to, what they've gathered, and they know the Villareals are the problem. So we'll see how they deal with it going forward. But yes, we're gonna have Rosa deal with the Barbie here, and she's gonna be making basically potions. This is gonna be like her potion spot. Now I wonder, she could make drinks for everyone, or potions. We're interpreting this as potions. I'll get her to make one set of potions. Let's see. What do I want her to make? What do I want her to make? Maybe I'll get her to make some of these flaming zesty salts. Hold on. Maybe the protein shakes. You know what? I'll get her to make these protein shakes, but it's special protein potions that she's making. And there we go. She's got some unique talents and arts over here. But yes, the alpha does delve in this special kind of potion, which I really, really like. And our strong friendship got me thinking about how we should live together. Can I move in with you? No, you cannot, Nina. But this is cute because Nina and Lizzie are god captains and they do live together. They live together at the Royal Guard. And Lizzie's only going to be with us temporarily. Once she has the baby, she's going to move back with Nina to the Royal Guard. So I'm going to say it's not a good idea. But it's okay, Nina. Lizzie's going to come back to you, okay? I mean, and now they're supposed to have a bit of a romantic thing. But no, Lizzie's going to come back to you. So don't worry too much about it. Oh, wow, look at that. Flames. Magic and flames. Excellent. So yes, this is the potion repository where we can say that maybe they keep knowledge of the different potions. I mean, they have a bit of a library here. They keep knowledge of the potions in this particular place, and when the royal werewolves or the nobles aren't using it, the immediate pack, the royal pack, when they're not using it, then maybe the other werewolves in the kingdom, the public can come here and they can use the facilities, get medical help, use it as a clinic almost, and research and share magical knowledge on elixirs and brews. So that's what this particular spot is for, which is quite nice. I think we're actually gonna return here a bit later. I definitely feel like they would make a few trips to this particular spot because it's newly established, and I think the alpha wants to make her presence here pretty strong. So we'll pick back some other day when we'll see. We'll pick back, it's Monday morning right now, we'll pick back a bit later, maybe when Lizzie is in her second trimester. We'll see how things are going then. It is Monday night. Lizzie is in her second trimester at this point, and the crowds are still going at the elixirs and brews. So, the Villareal Brothers have joined us, as has, hopefully, if she hasn't run away by this point, Princess Susie, who is aged up into a child. So I am going to be showing you guys her cast makeover at the end over here. But guys, Susie, unfortunately, has her mother's chin. And I'm not sure whose mouth she has. She might have her father's mouth, but guys, she ain't gonna be a pretty princess. She ain't gonna grow up to be pretty, which is kinda sad. Literally just, she's got a very, very weak chin and mouth, and it's not serving the way it's supposed to. But I still kind of love it because it's giving us unique genetics. So I don't like messing with the genes my Sims are born with, and I kind of love the difference in appearance. The title that would go to, the most beautiful in the kingdom or the most handsome in the kingdom, it's not always going to be the prince or the princess or the king or the queen. I love that the title can pretty much fall anywhere in the hierarchy, and that is really, really cool. But like, even among the princesses, I think wait, hold on, let me just grab the princesses. So we actually have 3 princesses, I think, in the previous generation. Yes, we have Rosa, Marie, and Nancy. In my opinion, Nancy is the most pretty princess. That's how I feel. We know in Elma's generation, I felt as though Charlie was the most attractive prince. Charlie over here, and he was the youngest. And then in Rosa's generation, I feel like Nancy is the most attractive, and she's actually the youngest, which is very fascinating to me. But I think she's the prettiest princess, and she's not even actively serving in the court, which is quite fascinating to me. But yes, unfortunately, one of the other reasons, guys, why I was really hoping that Marie would be alpha is because the alpha breeds the most. So the alpha is going to pass on genes the most. Now, don't get me wrong, Rosa has very beautiful eyes in my opinion, and she has a pretty nose as well. It's pretty much like the upper part of her face is lovely. It's the lower part of her face that I'm not very fond of. And that lower half of her face has passed on to Susie, and I'm kind of afraid that all her children are going to get it, but it's okay. At least we have a bunch of other combinations with the werewolves, and so, Nina's child should be absolutely fine, thank goodness. So should the baby that Lizzie is having with Floyd. I mean, all these children should turn out fine, even if our royal members fail us. So there is that. Let's go ahead and complete some of the whims that we have for our Sims. Starting off with May, or the story notes that we have starting off with May. Okay, so May here wants to socialize with close Sims and strengthen her bond with the other werewolves. She feels like encouraging unity with kindness will be more effective than condemning the Villareal Brothers for spreading harsh rumors. Plus, there's no reason for them to continue if no one is willing to listen to them. So, she's gonna socialize with a few people. Now, Susie counts as her niece, doesn't she? Susie is her niece. No? How? Oh, never mind. That's because, okay, the reason why it doesn't count here, I would consider, right? In my culture, we would consider Susie to be May's niece. But May is actually Rose's cousin. And so Susie is Rose's daughter. And the game, unfortunately, thinks that is too far of a connection. So that doesn't count as close family and relatives. Eliza apparently does not either, because Eliza is Marie's mother. So who do we have here that we are closely connected with? Any of these people, I suppose. Even family. See, Jack counts as family because Jack is her cousin. Fair enough. And even Clyde, yeah, that's right, Clyde, Nancy, they count as her cousins. Nancy's not here. I think she went back home. Neither is, okay, no, Rosa is. Look at this. She has, like, the most relationship with her father, which is actually quite nice. And then Marie. But I don't think her father's here right now. No, he is. Also, some of you guys might be confused if you see, this version of Ed over here. But I don't know if I explained it in the very last chapter of Generation 2. So Ed, as a werewolf, he had a very different coat coloring beforehand. His coloring was actually more similar to what May has right now, which is like a dark brown. He was more like of a greenish sort of brown. But he became an immortal, right? An eternal wolf. And so this is something I forgot to do when he changed into an eternal wolf, but I made my mind up on towards the end of the generation, is that whenever a werewolf becomes an immortal, they will go through a transformation of obviously lifespan and physical appearance in their werewolf form. So that is the only time a Sim's werewolf form changes from what they were originally born with, given. So after his eternal transformation, this is what Ed looks like now, and this is May's father. So why don't you go and joke about body hair? Why not? Is that fine? Yeah, I think that should be fine. But they have a really close relationship, which is nice to see. Nice to see. We don't always have parents being super, super close with the children. And Vivian is actually May's mother, no? Yes, Vivian is May's mother. So she's not that close with her mother, but she's really, really close with her father. That's also one of the cool things that we see is the ruling gender usually have a closer relationship with their kids than the non-ruling gender. Fascinating. Okay, so that definitely made her happy. And it warms my heart so much to see that Ed is going to be around to see, his daughter and his grandkids and all of that stuff. Hopefully May has grandkids. But then he also is going to see their death. Unless they, work really hard and become an immortal wolf like him, he may just see them die, and he's forever going to be, young. Or is he an adult? Or is he a young adult? He is a young adult. Yeah, so he's forever going to be a young adult. And May, she's going to age up into a young adult on Thursday, the day after the baby's born. But, wow, okay. So we have that done. And another child-parent relationship that we're going to be exploring a little bit here. So Marie wants to be friendly with Eliza and resolve some childhood questions with her mother. She was never able to understand why her mother cut herself off from Marie after she was born and only came back to show support during the succession. It's always bothered her, and she wonders if, as a young adult, she'll be able to better understand her mother's choices. So where is Mother Dearest? Okay, Eliza's right here. Why don't we go here? Yes, you can also tell a bit of a joke to your mother, chat with her. Actually, you want to be friendly with her. You don't want to joke with her. Let's have a deep conversation. There we go. This is exactly what they need, a deep conversation. So this here is Marie's mother, Eliza. I don't remember if she was picked for a match as soon as she came in. I think she was. So she didn't really get to settle in with the other females, and everyone kind of started seeing her as a bit of an outsider. And, she ended up winning the match. So she felt a little bit kind of left out. But then, during her conception, it was an ominous period. So Marie, was conceived during an ominous time. And then on top of Eliza being isolated from others, people started whispering and creating rumors like the other females did, the she-wolves, that she was carrying an ominous child, and the child was going to be the doom of the pack, and so. And Eliza, she was young at the time. She didn't know much. She didn't have a lot of experience. She was lonely. She just wanted to be accepted by people. So she was not looking forward to Marie's birth at all. She just wanted to get the whole thing over and done with, like get rid of the baby as soon as possible. So as soon as Marie was born, Eliza kind of cut off all contact with her, and Marie was taken, as was practiced, to be raised at the royal den, but Eliza didn't really want much to do with her, which is kind of why Marie doesn't have... Who is her father? Her father is not listed here. Elma. I'm getting confused. No, Elma was her father. She had more relationship with her father than her mother. You can see, even though Elma's a ghost, there is more there happening than whatever she has with Eliza. And, Elma hasn't been around for a while, since the end of the previous generation. So, she was kind of always confused by this and upset by this. Like, the fact that her mother was there, but absent compared to the other she-wolves who used to dote on their children. And Elma, when she was a baby and a toddler, was really the only person, like her father, Marie's father, was really the only person who was affectionate with Marie, or gave her a bit of attention. And he actually liked Marie best out of all his children when she was young, and when she was a toddler. There was this one time when I think they first aged up into toddlers. May and Marie were taken to a public lot to be shown to the other werewolves. Well, it was kind of their debut into werewolf society, and everyone ignored Marie. She was like upstairs, whatever venue we were at. She was upstairs on her own with no one speaking to, attending to, I think, except Elma. And everyone else was downstairs with May. And they were all doting over May. They were fussing over May. They thought she was the most precious thing ever. So, that was kind of the first instance we saw of people blatantly ignoring Marie for May, and treating her as this ominous child that you shouldn't come into contact with. So when she was younger, obviously Marie couldn't understand, like, if her father can give her attention, why can't her mother? But now, she's older, she's more confident in herself, more sure of her identity, and she's talking to Eliza and trying to understand her mother's thought process going through all of this, and she's coming to peace with it. I don't think she has it out for her mother nearly as much as she did when she was younger. And then, of course, when she did become a teen and she was taking part of the succession, she was not expecting her mother to take her side at all, but Eliza did. Eliza was one of the very few people who thought that Marie would make a better alpha. I feel like, she had a lot of time over the years to think to herself, to get comfortable in her situation, and to kind of see the direction in which the other children were going. And I suppose Eliza kind of decided that it doesn't matter if people think her child is ominous or not. Obviously, it's too late to change what she did in her youth, but she kind of gained wisdom, I suppose, over time, and she decided that she was going to support her daughter, Marie. So there we go. I'm glad we had that bit of conversation with, the family members. It's important. It's important to resolve these things. Next up, we have Lizzie. So Lizzie wants to freshen up in the mirror and brush off the gossip she's been hearing lately. She knows members of the court have already begun helping her resolve the situation, and she'd rather focus on good things. Although her time at the court is making her miss Nina's company, things are so much simpler at the Royal Guard. So, let's see. Lizzie, she is going to come here real quick. She's going to freshen up. I think she feels a little bit more relaxed now, a little bit more reassured. She was tense during her first trimester because, it was a new incident. But now, it's been a while, and we have people like May speaking up for her. And so Lizzie feels like it's okay. People will get over it. It's okay. I'm kind of protected because I'm part of the royal court, and they're going to stand up for me, and people, at the end of the day are going to have to listen. So, she's in a better headspace than she was. She's less tense about this whole thing. And finally, we have Queen Rosa, who has been handing out potions like nothing. So Rosa wants to spread the cringe and address members of the public regarding the rumors. She's hoping her words will inspire the werewolves to look out for each other instead of nurturing bitterness. She also plans to jokingly call out the Villareal Brothers as a way to show people the alpha has her eye on them should they misbehave. So we have Luther at the table here, so I'm just gonna get her to do some humble bragging. Yeah, she's gonna humble brag over here. And, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where the heck did he go? My dudes. Oh, Luther's over here. What the heck happened to him? I don't know where he went. I don't know where he went. But yes, we are going to humble brag, and this is Rosa's cringy way of trying to unify people. I feel like May, like when she spoke to others, would have been a bit more eloquent and subtle and gotten her point across. And I feel like she kind of pulls on those really close familial strings that she has with people, even, folks who aren't necessarily her family members. She just connects with them on an intimate level. Whereas with Rosa, she says these really predictable and cringy things, and she tries to be the alpha, but then it's a bit stereotypical, and people, they're like, okay, we get your intentions, but that just sounds very strange. Let's stop talking. So yeah, she's trying though. She is trying. But even if it was a poorly delivered joke, I think at least people know, at least the Villareal brothers here know. Look, Hugo, the one who was talking smack, looks irritated. They're chatting with the princess now. You better not be teaching her anything untoward, but they know that the alpha has her eye on them, and that she's pretty much narrowed it down to them as the people who are spreading the rumors. So, they should be a lot more careful about things going forward. Definitely more careful. Okay, I think this was a very good time spent at Elixirs and Brews. It was a public outing, and it's good to have these huge public outings with the pack as well, because it helps maintain social order and bring people together. But I think we'll pick up... Let's see, how's she doing? I think we'll pick up at the castle when Lizzie is in her final trimester. I think that should be good. Okay, we are taking a look at the cast makeover of Princess Susie. We're going to do a close-up of her face, then go through her color swatches. Now, something that has come to my attention, although I still do not want to use this particular time to make a definitive assumption about it, the werewolf icon. The werewolf icon. So, I have spoken about this in the past, but Susie apparently does not have the werewolf icon, and
it is finally time for us to dive into the
makeover
for
for
Queen Rosa
Horace as well, as a toddler. Now, Horace does have the werewolf icon, but Jack does not. So, normally, I would use that as an indication of whether they are a non-wolf or not, but I briefly remember this incident happening in Generation 1 where one of the princes did not have the werewolf icon, so I thought he was a non-wolf, but then when he aged into a teen, his werewolf form did come out without me having to do anything. So I am just gonna wait until these people are teens to figure out whether they're actually a non-wolf or not. I don't know at this point, because I swear to you, if you're curious about who I'm talking about, that's Prince Harvey Curse, one of the favorite characters who, did not last very long and was killed at the beginning of Generation 2. But when he was a child, he did not have the werewolf icon, and we had this whole storyline about him being told that he might potentially be a non-wolf, or him carrying this secret within himself, because it's not going to be very accepted in court, especially if you are the leading or succeeding gender. And he had a major insecurity about it, but then when he became a teen, he transformed just like everyone else, and he was fine, and that gave him a whole lot of confidence. So I'm just going to wait until my children are teens to make the final kind of, not decision, but see the final verdict on whether they are non-wolves or not. Anyways, this is Princess Susie, guys. Princess Susie. As you can see, she has her mother's mouth and jaw. I actually don't know if she has her mother's lips or her father's lips, but definitely her mother's chin. Definitely chin and jaw. The upper half, though, is very, very cute looking. This is her, though. She's got lovely coloring. But do you guys see this? Do you see the weak jaw and the lips? I don't know where this combination's coming from. Actually, I kind of do know. But, yeah, not her brightest look. Now, some of you have been asking me, is she going to be used as a breeding female in the next generation if she is a non-wolf? And the answer to that is no. You have to be full-fledged werewolves to participate in the breeding pools and in the matchmaking. So if Susie is not a werewolf, that means that she is not going to be able to participate in the matchmaking. Now, this also makes me wonder what's going to happen to people like Nancy, because I am pretty sure Nancy is a non-wolf, and I had her listed in my breeding order. But I'm just realizing now that if Nancy is a non-wolf, I'm going to have to take her out. Basically, unless you're a werewolf, like a fully fledged, pure-blooded werewolf who can transform, you are not going to be allowed within the Royal Werewolf Society to breed and procreate. So, yeah, gonna have to update that. Anyways, Susie over here, and this is her everyday wear, formal wear. She still has her yellows on, which she's gonna keep into a teenhood as well. Her athletic outfit, she finally has the black armor for the Daughters of Loon, sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as every day, and her cold weather outfit. And that is it for Princess Susie. Actually, I'm just realizing I didn't give her a necklace. Maybe I'll give her a necklace and then we can move on. Now we have the cast makeover of Prince Horace Cursed. So I forgot to mention, but Susie does have the bookworm trait. I won't be going too deep into that because she's not the succeeding gender. We'll focus more on the boys when they come of age. So Horace, like I was mentioning before, he has the werewolf icon even though he's a toddler, and Jack does not. Jack does not have the werewolf icon. But like I said, we have had an instance of this in the past where I have been misled. So I'm just gonna wait until they are teenagers. Anyways, if Jack is a non-wolf, that means he's not going to be part of this succeeding generation, so he won't count as one of the 6 boys that we need to have, which will break my heart. I mean, he's such a beautiful baby. I hope he's able to grow up and be happy, healthy, and breed. I really hope so. I want to pass his genetics on, like, please. And the Kellyanne name. But Prince Horace, let's take a close-up of him. He's got those beautiful dark blue eyes, the same as Jack. I feel like the blue eyes are gonna be like a beauty standard in this generation, like among the kids of this generation. Blue eyes might just be a beauty standard. And then his skin tone is actually, he's got a warm skin tone, which both his parents share, but his skin shade is in between his mother and his father. Closer a bit more on the lighter side, like his dad, Ira Lee, but it's in between. So there we go, and then he has obviously the dark brown hair as well, which is very, very nice looking. So this is him all around. You can't tell much when they're toddlers. You have to kind of wait until they're children before you start seeing their features a little bit more. But I mean, his face looks pretty cute for a toddler. I'm hoping against hope that he does not end up looking like Susie. I am really hoping he doesn't. But he looks like a cute kid. So he's got the blue circlet, which, with the blue stones. And that's another reason. Like, him with the blue eyes, it matches the blue stones on the circlet that is, indicative of this generation. So, or of Queen Rose's reign, like the children born in Queen Rose's reign. I feel like maybe because of that as well, the blue eyes is going to be seen as a bit of a symbol of beauty. And because it's like blue and silver, I mean, that's practically Jack, no? He's got blue eyes and the like silvery hair. He would be the beauty standard, even though he is not a royal. Okay. I'm sorry. I just love Jack. Even though we're talking about Horace, I just love Jack. So Prince Horace, he has this beautiful emerald green and gold theme, and a lot of his outfits, not all of them, but a lot of them. So this is his everyday, his formal wear. Sleepwear is a bit different. We have his party wear, swimwear, hot weather outfit, which is the same as his everyday, and his cold weather outfit. So a very, very regal looking prince, but that is it for Horus Curse. Okay, I know I said we were going to pick up when Lizzie was in her third trimester, but I kind of just decided to skip ahead to the birth of this child because I just could not wait. Obviously, this is a very exciting part of every chapter, and why would we delay it? So, lo and behold, we are over here. Looks as though Princess Susie has come up to join us in the birth chamber to see the first Lothario child and the second noble, if I'm not mistaken, to be born into the pack. So currently, our male count is at 2. This hopefully will be the third male to be born. Now also, we have to know that the way our breedings work and the way it's spread, depending on how early we kind of fill our quota of 6 boys, certain females might not be able to breed. Nancy already cannot. She's been booted out of the breeding cycle because I realized that she is a non-wolf. She does not have a werewolf form, so unfortunately she can't participate. She won't make a good bloodline for our future werewolves, so that is a no-no. And then, actually, aside from how quickly we fill up our quota of boys, as they become teenagers, we will see whether or not they are legitimate boys. And the way we decide their legitimacy is going to be whether or not they are non-wolves. If they don't have a werewolf form, they will not count towards the 6. So I am not going to delay too much longer. We are just going to go ahead and get Lizzie to have this child. Now, unfortunately, it seems that no one has come up here to congratulate Lizzie, and I kind of like this. Oh, Nina's coming. Is she going to give a gift? I like this as being a way to see which factions are excited for or supporting the birth of this child. This is actually very sweet because Lizzie was missing Nina's company quite a bit, and Nina has come here to represent the royal guard and to tell Lizzie that they are very excited for this particular child, so I think that's very sweet. And she's the only one who's come forward to show her support. Now, if I'm not remembering wrong, when Rosa had her last baby, the royal guard, along with the wise wolves, were one of 2 households. Like, they were the only 2 households to show their support. And is okay. I mean, Bob's excited, but I don't see him bringing forth any gifts. Okay, let's not wait. We're just gonna have this child. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Everyone's excited. Are we going to see the continuation of the Lothario bloodline or not? And the spooky thing about this is a boy being born doesn't necessarily guarantee that the bloodline lives on, because I just realized a non-wolf child will not count as a legitimate successor to that bloodline. So even if she has a son, if he's a non-wolf, he will not count. He will not get to breed and carry on the bloodline. He will not get to serve in the court. So, that makes me nervous. I suppose the ones we have to be really nervous about is the ones who don't have the icon, but thankfully, it's a girl. Okay, so she might make good breeding material in the future if she is a werewolf, but unfortunately it is not a boy. This is going to be Miss, Harriet Lothario. So Miss Harriet Lothario, there we go. I think that is a sweet, sweet name. So just the one little girl, that is fine. I'm happy, but I'm also sad. Happy because this allows more females to breed. Sad because it's not helping get our quota full, but that's okay. We have had 2 boys born in a row recently, so I think this is fine. We had Jack and then Horace, so it makes sense that we would have, a girl somewhere in there. Okay, let's just give some care to the child. We'll go ahead and cuddle. There we go. Now, unfortunately, this is the other sad thing. Because this baby is... Hold on a second. This is not sad. Actually, guys. Actually, this is kind of happy because this girl is going to be raised at the Royal Guard. So that's great. If it was a boy, he would have been sent to live with the shepherd at the Royal Den with Flora, the way that Jack and Horace are doing now. But because it's a girl, she'll get to grow up with her mother, and she'll be raised by Lizzie. This is actually so sweet. I'm happy for Lizzie. She didn't find a fated mate through this whole process, but at least she managed to get a daughter that she can live out her days with, and I think that is a closer bond than some of these mated couples end up being in. So that makes me really happy. Okay, even though it's not a boy, it is still a child of the pack, so I am going to get the alpha to go greet the baby, because she should know the child. And then we are going to get her moved to the Royal Guard. And then I need to set up our next match, our 5th match. So we'll do that. And obviously the 5th match is going to be a royal match for the alpha. So the alpha is going to enter her 3rd breeding. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm thinking I'll have to see how we navigate this, but after the match, it's 3 p.m., I'll see how quickly I can get the match and or breeding done, and then we are going to have a quick birthday or celebration for May, because she's going to be aging up into a young adult. So let me get all of that worked out, and I'll be right back. It is Wednesday evening and time for our 5th matchmaking. I am very excited for this particular one because there is some drama attached to it. So we know that Max Villareal has been causing problems in court recently. He participated in the previous matchmaking, he lost, so he wasn't too happy with Floyd, and then when he found out that Floyd did not become fated mates with Lizzie, who he was paired up with, he decided to go ahead and start some rumors about how there might be some problems to do with either one of them. And then everyone was talking about it, and it made Lizzie very, very uncomfortable. But it was finally resolved. The Villareals were given a warning. But even though Max went ahead and did all of that, he is back here. He has been chosen by the matchmaker to fight for breeding rights with the alpha alongside Gavin Richard. So let me just quickly take a look at the genetics we are working with over here. With Max, we have dark brown hair and light blue eyes. And then with Gavin, we have black hair and dark blue eyes. So some opposite genetics here, and then both have the warm skin tone. Max has a lighter medium sort of skin, and then Gavin is a bit duskier. So the drama here, guys, is not just the fact that Max has been causing problems for the pack. Well, Max, as you know, is involved with, hold on a second, he is fated mates. He already has a fated mate, and so does Rosa for this matter, so really that's not even something that matters in this particular breeding. But he is fated mates with Lord August Cal, who is in the pool, but he's never been called up by the matchmaker. She just doesn't, or at least so far, hasn't felt as though he makes a good match for anyone just yet. Now, the drama comes in with Gavin, because Gavin is also romantically involved with Lord August Cal. So he has a crush on or feelings for Lord August, even though Max and August are already fated mates. Which Max might not like, probably doesn't like, he might even know about this whole thing. And we know that males who fight in the arena, they end up becoming enemies with each other or disliking each other. So Max has more than one reason to take Gavin down and more than one reason to hate Gavin. So I am particularly invested in this particular match to see what is going to happen with these two males. I'm really on Gavin's team. I don't like Max. I don't. He has a rotten personality. He He has a rotten personality. I don't like it. So I really do hope Gavin wins. But let's go ahead and trigger their transitions. So Max, you change, and we'll get Gavin to change. Also, just for peace of mind for all of you lovelies out there, let me just go ahead and show you the match suitors. So as you can see, Max had the most friendship over here with, where is it? Marie. So I take that to mean that she feels he's the best suited for this particular match. And then the next highest relationship she has with Gavin. So that's kind of a clear indicator to me. Like, I don't even have to consider Hugo and Mitchell, because you can see that she's got more of a green bar with these guys. But just for numerical, just for numerical peace of mind. So Mitchell, Hugo, Max, and Gavin. If I just pull them up here. So we've got, where is it? Where's Max? Maxie. Okay, Max is a 15. Okay, Gavin is a 7. Mitchell is a 4. And who is the other one? Who was the other one? Hold on a second. Hugo? I think it was Hugo. Hugo's a 3. So the two highest ones she had was Max and Gavin, which is why they were chosen. But okay, they're gonna transform. This is exciting for Gavin. It's the they're both golden wolves. They are both golden wolves. I didn't even realize that. That is actually so cool. Both black and gold wolves. No way. They're both black and gold, just with different kind of coat patterns. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Wow, okay. Well, let me get the battle started. And then we'll see who's gonna win. Oh, I should probably check real quick to see who Rosa is inclined towards out of the two of them. So, where are they? Max? Surely she's met Max, right? Okay, we're the wolves. We're the golden wolves. Okay, Max is here. She's got a 22 with Max and 13 for Gavin. Okay, so even though Max has been causing problems and she has given the Villareal Brothers warnings, in terms of breeding and just genetics, she is more inclined towards Max. That's who she would like to win. But I personally would like Gavin to win. So let me get this particular battle started, and then we will be right back. The battle has begun, and I am very eager to see which of our golden wolves are going to win. Okay, people are nervous. I am nervous as well. And it seems as though, I was gonna say Max kind of has the upper hand, but I really don't know. I mean, I suppose he does, because he has at least some experience, whereas Gavin has no experience. He's never been in any of these battles before. And I can see the crowd at the back. They seem very vested in this. And, okay. Look at that! Gavin won. That is Gavin, right? Yes. Gavin won, guys. He defeated Max. I am so happy right now because I was on Team Gavin. So, good on you, Gavin. You managed to win. Max was defeated. And I'm glad, because he should not be rewarded for all of the crap that he's been doing lately. And now he's throwing a tantrum. Of course he is. Well, Marie looks very pleased with the outcome, so I'm happy for that. But we will let these guys transform back into their human selves, and then Gavin can have some alone time with the alpha for the breeding. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Gavin's pretty beat up, but it's okay because he's still in good spirits. Also, guys, I am seeing a trend with the dark blue eyes, and we were even talking about whether or not the blue eyes are going to be a beauty standard when we were looking at the makeover of Prince Horace. Now, I don't know if this is going to result in a boy. We did just have a girl, so I think the chances are pretty high. If it does, though, not only are we having boys with blue eyes, we are having boys specifically with dark blue eyes. So that's pretty crazy to me and really cool as well. I feel like in the last generation, green eyes, especially light green eyes, was a common feature. I suppose the princesses have different eye colors. Actually, everyone has varied eye colors. Because Rosa, she has light green eyes, Marie has pink eyes, Nancy has dark green eyes, and the younger brother has light brown eyes, if I'm not mistaken. And then May has blue eyes or light blue eyes, something like that. So I think actually she's got light blue eyes because her mother, Vivian. Where is her mother? I distinctly remember Vivian having light blue eyes. So yes, May also has light blue eyes. So everyone was different. I don't know why though. Maybe it was the she-wolves. I felt like green was a very predominant color in the previous generation. But it's very interesting to see that we are actually getting boys with just dark blue eyes. Yet again with Gavin. Again, I don't know if this is going to result in a male child, but you know, the chances are pretty high. You guys, can we not run away from each other? Thank you. Thank you. Let's be cooperative. Discuss fears. Let's not do that. Also, I did get... Wait, no, what am I doing? No, May. Wrong female. Right. I did get a notice that unfortunately, guys, Star has passed away. Just like the incident with Wizard, while she was staying out of the castle under the care of some other of our werewolves. I think she was staying at the Royal Den. She unfortunately passed away. So now we only have Fury with us, and I am going to be getting a new stallion so that Fury can have a mate, I think. But obviously I'll be doing that once we manage to get Rosa expected. I'll probably wait until the next chapter, but it is something that I'll try. So you guys, let's not waste any time and get a move on. Yes, please? I think we are. Max is still walking around. Max with his rotten personality. Wait, hold on. Did we not clear what I'm trying to do here? Can we escape to where we need to? Okay, Marie, now is not the time. No. Marie, don't disturb them. Don't disturb them, honey. Let them do their own thing. Let them do their own thing. Please. Actually, they are going to... Did we do this last time in the Unknown Shed? I have no clue, but that's what she's gonna do. That is what she's gonna do. Also, apparently we have, like, really cute goats somewhere. I don't know how to find them, though. The mini goats. I really don't know where they are. I thought this was Vivian, but it's not. Oh, okay. I mean, if Rosa wants to be a snob, that is fine. I feel like a few of our ladies have had changes to their personalities from the time they were young. Because I accept every single change that comes their way. I don't necessarily, like, stop any of the changes that happen. So right now, among the traits that she has... cringe, slob, and active are her original traits, but she's also inherited overachiever, cheerful, and snob. So these are some of the other stuff that she has inherited. And if we look at Marie, she's still erratic, glutton, and I think cheerful was swapped with something else that she had. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was, but she had something else here, and it got changed with cheerful. So I suppose that's a positive change. And then May, she's got neat and child of the village. I don't think anything else has, come here. But that's pretty much what we have going on with our characters. Whoa. Marie, don't do this. Don't do this. You're supposed to be the matchmaker. You are messing around with the match here. Can we try not to? Also, it is spring. We did have a full moon the night before, so our werewolves did transform and run amok in the castle. Guys, we have room. I don't know why you're being so difficult. Look, we're not covered in snow or anything. There's a lot of greenery everywhere. It's beautiful. What about... Oh, come on. Don't make this difficult. Why is everything so difficult with these guys? Are they going? Okay, they are going. Okay. They were just talking it up a little bit. I get impatient sometimes, because I'm used to them just going for it. But for a while here, The Sims, like, ever since, I don't know which update, but The Sims now like to, build up to it. They don't jump straight into a woohoo. They need to chat about it. They need to flirt a bit. They premise it with a few other things to be discussed. Okay, wonderful. So they both have black hair. And since Rosa has a very medium skin shade and Gavin has a darker skin shade, I'm excited for the trial between them. Because we know how much I like Nancy. I think Nancy is the most beautiful daughter that was born in the previous generation, the most beautiful girl. So I would love to see some of this kind of appearance, in the royal family somewhere. Oh my goodness, what is this? It's a storm. Okay, it's a haystorm. And thankfully, the tests work now, so I don't even have to wait that long. We are rushing as soon as possible. Yeah, we don't have to wait for the silly 24 hours. I am so glad that the tests work now. So glad. Because I can be quite impatient sometimes, and it's really good to be able to just dive in, know the due date, and move on to other things, So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I suppose we can prepare for the birthday event for May, and then, have her age up into a young adult, see what her trait is, because she's an A student, so we should be hopefully able to see what her trait is. Now, she didn't have an early graduation. Okay, excellent. So the alpha is expectant, but we didn't have an early graduation for May, I think. We didn't, but that's fine. That is okay. That's not a big deal. So let me just pop this in. Yeah, she should be able to. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So Sunday. She's going to be due on Sunday. Let's see. You are the expectant parent, of course. Guests, we want Gavin. And why not invite Bob Lament and Ira Lee? They are your past, well, Bob's your fated mate. Ira, you're on good terms with. Gavin, obviously, is the father of this child. So that will be good. And then we'll invite Charlie, Ed, Edwin, members of the previous generation. Lizzie, Flora with Nina. We should also invite Horace, Jack, Susie, Clyde, Nancy, Luther. May's gonna be here. Maria's gonna be here. Patrick. Oh, that's it? Our quota of 15 got filled? Really? That quickly? I do want to invite all the kids, though. I'm sorry, Patrick. You're gonna have to sit this one out. It would have been nice to invite Daisy, but, I feel like Daisy is Rose's mother, in case you guys are wondering. But no, I think this is good. We'll keep this group. That's about fine. That is fine. Okay, so 2:30 a.m. We'll do 3. We'll do 3 a.m. On Monday, is it? Sunday. 3 a.m. on Sunday, she is going to have this child, her third one. So there we go. We have something to look forward to, and we know when exactly that is going to be. Excellent. Hopefully it is a boy. It'd be very fascinating if it was, because, the dark blue eyes. Which goes very well, I feel like, with the blue stone under Rose's reign. The one that Rosa wears in her reign. It's the color that marks the period of her leadership. Okay, so that's all done and well. What I'm gonna go do now that the braiding is over, I'm gonna prepare for May's birthday event with a cake, and then we'll just gather everyone for a quick celebration. So I'll see you guys in a bit. It's Thursday morning, and our immediate pack members are gathered over here in one of our sitting rooms to celebrate the birthday of May Curse. She is the daughter of the immortal werewolf Prince Ed. So, she's a noble herself, but her father is a prince. And she does bear the curse bloodline, obviously because she has the name. Her parent or her dominant parent is deciding her status right now, or the fact, I suppose, she's not the king's daughter. Even though her father is a prince, he was not the previous king, so she does not have the royal status. She is a lady, Lady May Curse. I'm sorry if I called her a miss. I'm just used to her being a little girl. But she is quite lovely. I very much have enjoyed having her with us. I hope her personality develops into something that is even more exciting going forward. But one thing to keep in mind is, we don't know. If she gets a kleptomaniac trait, she could become a threat to the alpha. For now, though, she's been the type of person who's like a bridge to all of the members of the court. And she's kind of an important link between, I feel, the masses and the court. She kind of keeps everyone together. And we did, earlier in this chapter, kind of explore how differently the two of them dealt with the whole Rumours situation. Rosa tried to give, her alpha speech and unify everyone, which was kind of cringy, and people got the idea, but it didn't get them in the heart, I feel like, the way she was intending it to, and it never really does. May, on the other hand, was more subtle, and she really did manage to, unify people and get them to stop picking on Lizzie. And that's just because everyone's really fond of May, and they're really close to her, and they have been fond of May ever since she was born. So I'm excited to see where she's gonna go. Bob's joined us, Ira has joined us, and so have a few others like Flora and Nina. So I think we're ready to get this party underway. Let's blow out the candles. Let's blow out the candles, May. I just cannot wait. I want to see you as a young adult, and I'm very curious about, oh my goodness, who is this? Has someone aged up? Clyde! Okay, guys, Clyde has aged up into a teen. He needs a makeover. So I suppose once I get May to age up, I'm gonna be having two makeovers to deal with. One is gonna be May, and the other's gonna be Prince Clyde. Okay, that's some exciting stuff, though. So May, let's get you to blow out the candles. Oh, one more time. I haven't moved the two match suitors out yet, and I'll do that at some later point. Okay, so it is time to see what trait she's going to have. As a child, she got the knee trait, so someone who's very composed, who loves being helpful, I think, is the way that I understood it. She was always doted on by everyone, and she wanted to kind of give back. And because she was always doted on, and she had a very, secure, safe upbringing, she got this trait, Child of the Village, so she always felt really anchored with people around her and really close to the werewolf pack and community. She's always felt loved, and she's loved them in turn, so very much a people person. Now, is this going to get to her head and make her covet, a position of power, or is she going to continue on this path of being a good werewolf and being helpful to the court? I'll randomize, and if I feel like it doesn't suit, then I will change it. So this is lactose intolerant. These Sims will become sick if they eat dairy, but will feel great if they avoid for a while. So there's some traits that I don't interpret literally. I use them as like an indicator of something else. So rather than it being lactose intolerant, I normally with this trait ignore the lactose part and I just go with intolerant. So I could kind of see this to mean, because she's so close to everyone and she's lived a lot of her youth trying to be helpful to others, May feels very strongly about doing good for the people around her, the people that she cares about, and she doesn't like seeing her loved ones being mistreated. And when they are mistreated, that feels like an injustice that she just cannot abide by. It is something that she will not tolerate. So she's intolerant of people and things that go against her nature. So I think I'll keep this trait, and I like that sort of being her personality, which is really nice. So, okay, got that done for her. And she graduated with honors. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, and obviously now that she is a young adult, her features have settled in a bit more, and I feel like she's quite a beautiful woman. Her father, I wasn't too fond of as a toddler and a child, but as soon as he became a teen, I thought he was just gorgeous, and I definitely see a lot of her father in her right now. Different colorings, but they've got similar features. So okay, I am gonna go ahead and give the makeovers that I said I would. One for May and the other for Clyde, and then we'll pick up in Cass. This is Lady May Curse as a young adult after her makeover. We are going to do a really quick close-up of her face and then go through her color swatches. Straight off the bat, I want to say, I don't know why, but she, to me, looks a lot like Snow White. Like the colors that we have going on, you know, the red lips, the really pale skin, the black hair. She gives me Snow White vibes. Like, as soon as I put the red lipstick on her, I was like, oh my goodness, this is Snow White. And I think even more so when she was in her blue dress beforehand, but now she's got a different scheme. So this is the lovely May Curse. Now, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, this particular hair looks ugly on everyone. On everyone. You have to have the right face for it to look nice on you. I feel like May's face is the kind of face it looks nice on, because as far as I'm concerned, this hair looks good on her, but every other sim that I have tried it on so far, it looks horrendous on them. Like, it looks like a wig on them. So I'm actually really, really happy with the way she's turned out. She makes it look classy. So I really, really love what she has going on over here. And then, of course, we have her new color scheme, which is pink, a lot lighter and very different to the, very deep royal blue she had beforehand. And I feel like it meshes well with her pale skin. So this is her everyday wear. Her formal wear, it's even more pale, and I just love it so much. It looks so good on her. Gives her like a bit of a soft appearance, I think. Nicely contrasted with the fact that she has very dark hair and like brilliant eyes. We have her athletic wear, which has always been the same. Black armor for the Daughters of Loon. We have, look at this, pink and white sleepwear. Her party wear, swimwear. Hot weather outfit, which is the same as the everyday, and finally this is her cold weather outfit. And of course, we've already talked about a trait, so I don't need to go into too much detail regarding that. But this is what we have for Lady May Curse. And now we have the youngest child period from the previous generation, Prince Clyde Curse, who has aged up into a teenager. And oh my goodness, guys, he is so handsome. He looks a lot like his father Elmer, but I personally feel like he's more attractive than his father Elmer. I do not remember. Oh, was his mother Bella? His mother was Bella Goth. It makes so much sense to me that Elmer and Bella Goth had such a beautiful, beautiful child. So we're going to do a close-up of his face, go through his color swatches. Not going to talk in any detail about his trait, which he got with it was Perfectionist, because he's not one of our central characters. But look at this. This is what Prince Clyde looks like close up. He's obviously got the father's eyes and hair, and his lips very much look like his father's. But his skin tone is definitely closer to what his mother has. I don't think it's as deep as his mother's, but oh my goodness, look at him. He is beautiful. His face is sculpted so perfectly. Like every feature on his face is just beautiful. His side profile is perfect. His like jawline and everything is just so perfect. He's got pretty eyes. His nose is perfect. His lips are perfect. His chin is perfect. Just everything about him is absolutely gorgeous. And then he has the circlet with the green stone to show that he is the son of the second werewolf king, so Elmer, because that was the stone color that Elmer wore. So this is his everyday wear. It's the same scheme he's had as a child, black and gold. And then we have his formal wear. We have his athletic outfit, which is this white armor for the Sons of Soul. We have his sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as his everyday, and his cold weather outfit. Now, something that makes me sad, and I have noticed, is that Clyde, guys, just like Nancy, is a non-wolf. Look at this. He does not have the icon, but not only that, he doesn't have a werewolf form for me to change. If we, skip over to Luther, he has that werewolf form. If we skip over to Nancy, she does not. Neither does she have the icon. Patrick has the icon and the werewolf form. This absolutely breaks my heart that two of the royal children turned out to be non-wolves, and even more so because literally the two most beautiful children cannot have children because they're non-wolves. So even though Clyde, I was really excited because of how beautiful he looked, and I thought, oh my goodness, yes, we'll be able to, once he is a young adult, add him to the match suitors. He might pair up with one of the non-royal ladies. But no, it shan't happen because he's a non-wolf. His beautiful genes die with him, and that makes me so sad. But okay, that is what we have for these guys. And I just realized in the previous generation, Nancy, we counted towards the 6 girls. We only ended up having 4, including Nancy, girls in the previous generation. But if that generation had gone on longer, Nancy would not have counted among the quota of 6. So actually, we only managed to have 3 legitimate girls in the previous generation who, were full werewolves. Nancy as a non-werewolf does not count, which is so unfortunate. This also means that should someone die in the court or in the royal pack, Nancy will not be able to replace them as a member of the court, like May replaced the female that was serving in her particular role. I think it was Sally Landgrab. She replaced Sally Landgrab in court, but Nancy's not going to be able to do that because only full-fledged werewolves are able to serve the werewolf court, which is depressing. But you know what? At least we got to see how these beautiful Sims look. And I think I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.